Are you ready for more Overlord? Because I think I am. Now I should probably start this straight away by saying quite a few of you have left comments letting me know the implications on the previous episode of what Solution was up to. And, well, a couple of things. I'm not entirely shocked, and probably most disconcerting, I'm not disturbed by it either. I may be getting too used to this world. And if you want to do a 5-second recap, Sebas saves girl, shady organisations, lots of people unhappy. That's about on par for the world that this inhabits. So, let's delve once again into the world of Overlord. Lots of ill-shaped coins. Is he counting out all of his cash? How has he got so little left? I mean, I know that they didn't exactly have coins that are going to be useful, but maybe there's stuff lying around Nazarick that they'll be willing to part with for some money. Well, he will be. The others probably wouldn't allow it. Oh, and he's already running out of money. So is he seeing things from different regions get evaluated differently? Solid plan so far. To avoid casualties and being held up. She has to keep her distaste in check. Although it's probably a lot stronger than distaste. Complete disgust of humans. Well, expenses always happen, but you only really notice them when you've got nothing left. Otherwise you just pay happily. Well, maybe not happily, but... I wonder if I've got any big expenses due soon. Real hope not, because... oh well. I wonder if each of the floor guardians have a little collection of cash that they have themselves that Ainz has kind of allocated to them for various causes. I'm pretty sure Sebas and whatnot wouldn't be able to live in that place like they are if they didn't have some backup funds in the first place. Well, I'm pretty sure like Cook just doesn't really need any, considering he's lording it over the lizardmen right now. I just had to enjoy that guitar riff. I'm not exactly sure how much training you can do by swinging a sword like that. There's not even anyone to tell him if his form is correct. Because not all good practice is good practice. If you practice doing something wrong, you get very good at being bad. I'm guessing it's the... He was still wearing his fancy red mask and everything back at the village, wasn't he? So he's acting as a teacher without actually... See, it's fine defending a blow. But that would have been a fine time to do some sort of counter-attack. Even if he would stand no chance against... I can't remember his name, it's like Gazelle or something. Gazelle. He lost his opportunity of surprise there, but at least he had something else going for him. At least he takes it seriously. Unfortunately, we've already seen that no matter how good he gets, there's nothing compared to the actual strength out there. Although, just like Brain, his strive to become stronger is admirable. Which doesn't mean that anyone is particularly special, just means they get a head start. Usually. You have a full arsenal at your hands and feet, yeah. Does that mean just in life or the next step ahead in a fight? No one particularly lost per se, because it wasn't a fight, truly. So all he can do is train his mind rather than his body there. Kind of sad. Kind of, not really. It wouldn't surprise me that there are treacherous worms in this world. It would surprise me if there were far less than what you would expect. On what authority do they have to make that claim? True. Although is heavily inferred or implied. This backing music really fits that character. It makes you want to punch him in the face. This kind of pompous aristocracy always annoys me. So don't let them speak for themselves, of course. Why do they have to be so antagonistic? Okay, and what about the other one? Are they keeping a low profile? So it's just keep alert in case anything happens, but are we going to see any of the other ones, like the Evil Eye or whatever the name was? I'm expecting something to happen to this guy relatively soon. Whenever they start focusing on a character, it's usually maybe not bad, but so she's aware of her kind of position in this. Good thing that she kind of has connection to adventurers and whatnot. What, to give them a clue, to put them on the wrong track? It's because I read trap just there. I'm still curious behind the words of the nobles about her being a monster, whether that's metaphorical or not. Or diversions. pretty much any area of scum and villainy they've got a finger in. And because they have no real loyalty to each other, well, yes, but they're still going to happen. Until you eliminate it at its root, it's not just going to disappear. Especially in a world like this. How much of her trust and reliance on him is his ability to guard her and more emotional support? I'm not too drawn in by that speech right there. It seemed kind of forced. Do they have a comprehensive plan? Oh, and it seems to be moles. She's a lot more informed than your usual royal. It's going to take a while before she's gains a bit of confidence in herself, isn't it? And how much of it is due to trauma and how much is just a stutter or something that she has? She's going to have some... Is it agoraphobia? Agoraphobia? A lot less traumatic experiences can be had and be gaining phobias, so it would be incredibly surprising if she didn't have some neuroses starting to crop up. What a rascal. I like how he can count them on like that. Does it really matter? So he's trying to make it all seem like this is above board and normal. And also trying to Yes, why is he coming here to Sebas? What an upstanding gentleman. What the... Oh. So while he was, Solution? Are you hungry by any chance? I don't think much of their circumstances should they try anything here. To be fair, the amount of times that they've probably pulled this con on, well, lots of people. Well, that was part of the plan, wasn't it? Convalescing, that's quite a good word. Don't anger the gentleman Butler. What did you just say just now? You can't exactly just eliminate them because that would bring attention to everyone. She's just going to go straight to... Yeah! Kind of. This is interesting. Bringing up doubts of Sebas's loyalty to Einzone while also following through with his own instincts of protecting the weak and probably also exacting Ainz's goals and orders that was given to him. I'd be surprised if Ainz doesn't have to step in at some point, but also maybe he can understand where Sebas is coming from. But he might be impressed, like when he was with Cocytus. But we know that he doesn't forgive very readily, unless of course it is members of his own, members of Nazarick, isn't it? I wonder if there'll be a full-scale civil war going on if Sebas does get accused of being a traitor. Will they split off and have a big fight? Very, very interesting, very, very interesting. Now, I understand Solution's distrust and dislike of having the girl around in this mansion with them and being somewhat affiliated with Nazarick. I'm sure that if Sebas had just contacted Ainz and informed him of what's going on, what he kind of plans to do, if he does have an extended plan, everything would have blown over relatively, maybe with some minor hiccups. and some limitations put upon Sebas and what he's allowed to do. It's also kind of interesting that the type of people who Sebas has started to annoy is also the exact people that the royal princess and the adventurers that set fire to things are starting to go after. So are we going to have maybe not a conflict of interest, but a clashing of parties with the same kind of goal in mind? And whether or not they're going to unify with Nazarick, or Ainge is going to try and subjugate all of the humans. Well, he's probably going to subjugate the entire world if he has his way. As long as there isn't a internal conflict. In all honesty, I'm not sure why Solution is so worried about it, because they're in the middle of a human civilization. What's he gonna do? What would be the equivalent of throwing a few 100,000 ants at Ainz? Of course, the implications the implications there would be much more in-depth and ingrained and very much damaging. Maybe I'm just trying to stick up for Sebas since he is such a nice boy. That only sounded marginally more creepy than I meant it to be. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video and will join me again for another one. But for me to continue creating them, you have to show your appreciation. The usual way is probably one of the best. Leave a comment, like the video. And of course, if you don't want to miss anything, the notification bell is there for a reason. Of course, all of this is done for your enjoyment, so please, get some rest, and join me again.